Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of A Magic You. My name is Yulisa. I am your host for this podcast, and I am so thankful that you are here. If you are new here, welcome. If you are not new here, welcome back. I hope you guys have been enjoying spring thus far and just enjoying every day and life's little moments. When you guys listen to this, I may be on one of these trips that I have for my updates, but a few updates. This month, Ty and I are going to Illinois so I can go officiate a wedding, and it's going to be a good time. I'm only going to be there for like 2 days, which is crazy. It's like get there the day before the wedding and then leave right after, after the day after the wedding. It's going to be fun though. So I'm excited to see my family, even if it is just for 2 days, and just be with family. And then 2 days later, we go to Utah, and I have my lip blush class that I won back in December or November or something like that. I think I got it notified about it on Thanksgiving. So back in November, I had won a lip blush class on Instagram, and now I get to go to Salt Lake City, Utah, and Ty's coming with me. We're going to do a little trip while we're out there, might as well. Just for a few days and do my class and then come back, and then it'll be May. It's crazy. So this month is pretty exciting, pretty eventful. So with all that going on, the few weeks before, I have been just trying to clean my house and getting my life in order, so much to do, and just bettering myself and changing my habits because like we had said in the previous episode, I got kickboxed into the next timeline and or so energy field. But in today's episode, we are going to be talking about stories in our head and imposter syndrome. Okay, because who doesn't have it? We're going to talk about how imposter syndrome shows up, and it can happen when we're meeting new people or starting something new or posting pictures, and how we need to start and how we can start rewriting those narratives. This topic was jotted down in my notes on my phone, so I know it was something I had been thinking of or just blabbling on to Ty, and he just sat there and listened one night. So it needed to come on the podcast. I think it's really important to talk about these things too because they do tie into a more magical you, a magical life, and spirituality, everything, all of the above. And it means a lot to me because I definitely suffer from imposter syndrome pretty freaking hard. And I would say the business kind of taught me that. And also I've been trying to shake it off. So yeah, that's why we're going to talk about it. So this all comes from the stories in our head. And what I mean by that is the things that we start telling ourselves, I'm not good enough, they won't like me, oh, what if they don't like me? And oh, what I did wasn't all that great, and I always mess things up. All that negative talk that we talk to, that is said in the back of our head, and that we're just oh, shut up. Okay? That's what we're going to talk about, and that's what I mean by the stories in our head. Those little phrases of negativity may be stemming from a childhood, a past rejection, society, social media, just not enough care to yourself. That's something that can definitely affect why we're just being so mean to ourselves. It can stem from looking for perfection instead of being grateful for or admiring the good in whatever the situation may be. And then you just let those nasty talks take over, which can then lead into imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome, if you don't know what it is when you don't feel good enough or that you don't feel like you fit in whatever space you're in, whether that be personal circles surrounding you or work and career. It can be anything though. Hobbies, literally anywhere you feel out of place is imposter syndrome, or you don't belong, and that you may be found out or that they're going to call you a fraud. And that's actually something I have said a lot is with tattooing and stuff has been oh my gosh, what if they think I can't? And honestly, it doesn't matter what anyone thinks. And that's something I've had to tell myself a lot, is that nothing really matters what people say, because you're going to learn as you go and you're going to live your life, and all you can do is do your best. And instead of looking at it as a bad thing and trying to, like, the longer you feel that way, you are blocking blessings in a way, because that is you leveling up. You are put exactly where you need to be. And it's just, you're in a new chapter. And that's why imposter syndrome hits. And if it takes longer to identify that, then it's going to take longer for those feelings to get over and for everything to feel more familiar. I hope that made sense. So basically, if you are feeling out of place and that you can't do X, Y, and Z, or that your art's not good enough, like whatever it may be, that you feel as though someone may be thinking like, what the heck are they doing here? Like that sort of, those feelings, take a moment, see what you are doing that is getting you higher up, okay? What are you doing that you're leveling up? And no one is thinking that. Let's start there. No one is thinking that. You are just leveling up. So we welcome you with open arms, okay? Think of that next level, welcoming you with open arms. Just like a video game. You know, people say that. It's like life is a video game and like we're in a simulation. Well, what if we are? And now you're at the next level, but it's one of those games where it's really fun. And yes, there's hard times, but then there's also really awesome times, and you can create it. You can do all the things you want to do. I felt imposter syndrome a lot, not only with the business like Prickly Pear Studio itself, but with purchasing a building for Prickly Pear Studio and being surrounded by people 3 times my age, and they're like in their 70s. Being so young, and this isn't never ever to say, you know, like, me haha, it's just how I feel in the way life is going. I'm 26, and I've got a business that I am so thankful for, not only supporting myself, but others, which is a true blessing, that this dream got big. And now I have a building to tend to, because we're outgrowing our space. And now we have other big things coming our way that were manifested that I cannot wait to talk about. And a lot of the time we're just surrounded, me and Ty are surrounded by people older than us, and they're really old, really, really old people in the realty biz, I feel like. Sorry. And like lawyers and stuff. Like everyone's way older than us right now. So then they sometimes look at us, or I think they're looking at us, I should say, as like that we don't fit in, because nobody said anything, and that's just what has been said in my head during certain situations of like, what am I doing at this HOA meeting when we're the youngest one in this whole complex? It's very weird feeling, but the longer I feel like it's weird, the longer it's gonna take for me to get to the next point where it's not weird, and here I am. And just because you guys are older doesn't mean that we can't be here. But again, nobody's saying anything. So pass those feelings, and instead being like, hey, welcome. Welcome, this is the group, and now we're at this HOA meeting. I'm trying to paint a picture. Don't know if it's being painted, but that is imposter syndrome, and that's how it has affected me. Everything happens for a reason, and honestly, life gives you things in baby steps. It gives you things that are hard that you have to pass because it's going to be needed in the next level. Just like how when you start a video game, and life is just the easiest way to put it into words, is a video game. And if your life is a video game and you start level 1 and you're like learning the buttons and what you need to do, it's not going to give you the hardest level. It wants you to keep going, and you want to stay motivated. And now that you know what buttons to press to launch fire or jump and do whatever the game is, you're going to get better and better. So the more you learn from what you are going through, and also all the tests being put up or life situations and the level ups, the more you acknowledge it and you come to peace with, yes, you're in the right place, and no, nobody's looking at you like that. And if they are, that is not their problem, or not your problem, because they want to be where you are or wish that they could be. And that's something that I've told many people, and often don't take it myself, and I need to. Okay, you can level up and you can be grateful for it, and you can be as happy as you would be as if it was a sibling that got good news, or your best friend, things like that. Feel excited for yourself. You need to be your best friend, and when you hear those negative talks and you be like, nope, snap out of it. We don't say that to ourselves. That is not something we say around here. Good things only. You're exactly where you need to be. Keep pushing through. What's next? Get excited. It can happen when meeting new people, and again, my whole thing has been around like the tattooing, and it has been really difficult to find tattoo artists that like want to help. I've gone and looked for like not so much of a apprentice start to finish, but more so a mentor, and yeah, it's just been really hard. So that makes me feel like giving up sometimes, or that did make me feel, not so much anymore at this moment. It can go in waves, guys. But meeting new people can be hard because of the feeling of rejection. But that doesn't mean you should stop. Rejection is just redirection, okay? I love that saying. I got to talk to some artists that are really awesome around the area, and although I did have previous artists that had told me to just like stick to what I'm doing, and like instead of helping, that's not what I was asking. I was asking for any guidance or like a direction on where to go, someone else I could look for, things like that. Yeah, getting a slap to the face is not fun, but that doesn't mean you have to give up what you believe in or what you feel is right in your gut. So eventually coming up on the people that do want to help and guide you, and you didn't give up, and then all of a sudden, just with a little bit of info, popping off. So instead of assuming that they're not going to like you, what if we assume that they're going to love you? They want to like you. They're going to. And they're going to root you on. The right ones will. So keep pushing. Some tips when meeting new people and how to change your mindset is leading with your true self. So being your funny self, saying what's on your mind, being polite, but not worrying about like, oh my God, what are they going to think if I say that? Just say like truly what's on your mind, and they're people. We're all people. Like, what the heck happened? I feel like I remember feeling like, who cares? But then going through all of this, and then now feeling that who cares again. And your voice, you find your voice when you speak up in your authentic tone. So be authentic. And also know that you are not the only one that is nervous too. Everyone's kind of like, COVID really messed everyone up, or just whatever timeline shifted, moon, astrology stuff happened whenever it did, that everyone is so anxious now. Everyone else is feeling it, okay? So just be you, be fun, be yourself, just talk. We're all humans. It's all good. I, too, get nervous when meeting people off, like for the first time after I just talked to them on the internet, and I'm like, oh my God, like, you get nervous. New clients, I get nervous with new clients, I hope it goes good. What am I going to talk about? Like, it's just meeting new people, and that's so fun, but it can turn out really great, and that's how you meet some of the best friends that you'll have, or some mentors, or good guidance, and just people that are cool. You don't have to be besties. You can just be really good, acquaintances, and talk every so often, but enjoy the knowledge that comes from each other. It's bouncing ideas. So the next time you feel anxious and that whatever it is that you are doing for the first time, if you're meeting new people, instead of saying, oh my gosh, like, what if they don't like me? Oh my goodness. Whatever it is that may be negative, catch the story in the moment and say, is it true? It probably isn't. And is it always true? And then reframing it. What's another way that this could go? Like, oh my gosh, I love your work. Oh my goodness, I've heard so many great things about you. I wanted to book an appointment. Like, things like that can actually happen instead of it being a bad side. That happened to me. Saying affirmations is going to help you, and then grounding and journaling. Write down your successes. Write down things you wish you could have done better, or that in a good way of like growth. And next time I'll try this out, because that's how you're going to grow, instead of like, no, I should have done better. It's next time I'm going to do this. It's planning your life. It's guiding your next steps. It's just mapping out your everyday in a way of like tips and tricks that you've learned from the day before. Talk it out, talk things over with a friend. A lot of times we're overthinking it. You know, I've talked to my friends and I'm like, oh my God, I said this. I shouldn't have said that. They're like, they're probably not even thinking about that moment anymore. I'm like, you're right. Like, we're all just people. I say stuff all the time and I'm like, oh my goodness, why did I say that? If it's in the moment, you're like, sorry, don't know why I said that. But sometimes you don't have to be sorry. You could just be like, I'm sorry. My goodness, it's so hard to say. Stop saying sorry. That's my next thing. But, I meant it in this way, you know, if you don't want it to come off a certain way or something. Goodness. Okay, guys, I think I need to wrap this one up. So, key takeaways. Everyone is always nervous, so just go forth with meeting people and do it with confidence. No one knows what the hell's going on. We're all just living life. If you are in a new space and you feel out of it, you're leveling up. So welcome it with open arms. And this life is magical, okay? So let it be magical. You don't have to burden yourself. Things don't have to be hard. So stop telling yourself that you didn't work hard enough for it, okay? You can have whatever it is you want, because if you get the opportunity and you're put there, take it. It doesn't come knocking again, at least not that easily. Homework is to... Actually, I hate when they say homework in podcasts, but things to do in the next week is to notice your internal stories. I want you to take note of what you're telling yourself and try and rewrite stories. The more you start to mindfully try and pick up on that, the more you're going to get better at it, and the more quicker like it'll be. You won't have to be like, oh crap, I shouldn't have said that I shouldn't have said that. That whole 5 seconds won't be going on in your head. You're just going to be like, oh nope, we're not doing that. Next. Change it right there. Bite it in the butt. Send me a message on Instagram, imagicu, or my personal, Ulisa_C. Let me know what you thought about this episode. Feel free to share your thoughts and stories with me, and voice notes. I love a good voice note. And let's get talking. Send a message. Sorry. Okay, guys. Thank you for listening. I can't wait to talk to you guys in the next one. I hope this episode helped you. Please send it to a friend that may be going through something similar. If you are feeling any of these things, let me know. You're not in it alone, and we're all just existing, living life. Enjoy outside, open the windows, and just enjoy life. I love you guys. Bye.